Forced wig manufacturing at North Korean prison. Okay, so I see stuff like this in the news all the time. And you see things in the news and it goes in one ear and out the other because you're so accustomed to hearing things that sometimes you're just like, old news, you know what I mean? But I want to say, like, over the past 5 years, maybe a little longer, since this hairstyle became popular in our community, the bust down, the 20-inch or the 22-inch bust down, I've noticed that so many people are wearing the same hair. Have y'all noticed that? The hair literally looks like it all comes from the same head. And then they're all wearing the same style. So it's the 22-inch bust down with the center part, bone straight, and then they put the baby hairs. Where is all this hair coming from? Nick says, did you fall? Nick, you're too funny. Nick says, did you fall out the salt shaker because you sodium fine? That is so cute. Thank you so much, Nick. I hope you keep that same energy when I take my wig off in a minute. So yeah, I know people are shaving their head and selling their hair. I know that. But the amount of hair that you see, it just doesn't add up. When my daughter had her prom, she wanted that hairstyle so badly. And I had to give it to her because it's what she wanted for her prom. And I hated the wig so much. My daughter has a full head of hair, by the way. So that's another thing. I really don't feel like I feel like if I had some hair, I'd rock the hair. But I might be, idealizing the whole thing because I pray every night to have some hair. Just kidding. I don't pray for hair anymore. But I did pray a lot of nights for some hair. Okay, so Daily North Korea has obtained a photo of a work site at a North Korean detention facility where wigs are manufactured under contract. Under contract? Who's contract? Because I know they're not contracting with the prisoners. Ooh, so the prison itself is under contract to make wigs, and they have their prisoners working in those horrible conditions to make the wigs that these girls are wearing their little bust downs with. Okay, so the photo clearly shows the reality of forced labor in North Korea's prison. In the photo, a wig sits on top of a plastic bottle at the work site. The bare concrete floor is covered with linoleum or plastic sheeting, and there's no proper work desk in sight. The cracked wall and artificial hair scattered in a gourd bowl paint a stark picture of the awful conditions at this prison work site. North Korean authorities are reportedly ramping up contract manufacturing using forced prison labor, despite these terrible working conditions. According to a source in North Pyongyang province, prisoners at detention facilities are producing far more contracted items than before, with some working over 12 hours a day, probably because it's in such high demand. Prisons have dedicated contract manufacturing work teams made up of young prisoners who are good with their hands. If they finish their assigned work for the week without any defects, they get rice at lunch on Sunday. Wow. Labor camps are detention facilities for people who've committed relatively minor offenses like skipping work or not participating in organizational activities. Labor camps deliberately try to keep more inmates who are skilled with their hands so they can produce more products that bring in foreign currency using free labor. So if you happen to be good with your hands, they're going to keep you longer. People who can afford to pay bribes get released early, while people without money or connections get sent to labor camps. If you can't work, you have to do extra tasks, but it's also a problem if you work too well. Wow. That is a crazy story. What y'all think about that? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the worst article that I ever read about human hair, y'all. And don't get me wrong, even though I know all this stuff about human hair, if the perfect human hair came across my table, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it. Because if anybody deserves to wear some hair, It's your big bald-headed sister, okay? It's us girls who have no hair to start with. All these other girls who are wearing all these fake hairs, I love you guys. I love you, I love you, I love you, but y'all don't need to be taking up all the hair. Y'all don't need to be over demanding the supply, okay? You got your own hair. Leave the fake hair for girls like us, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this really terrible article that I read. I'm not proud to read it. And I don't want anyone to think that just because I'm reading it, I'm judging anyone, because I promise you I am not. But let me go ahead and find it. And this stuff is in the news all the time. I don't know if you guys follow this stuff, but it is in the news always. Let me fix myself up, because now that I don't have my hair on, I can't rely on my hair to be cute. So I gotta make sure that I gotta make sure I'm right. All right. Is that better? Okay. Here we go. 4 disturbing ways human hair is sourced for wigs. This was sourced from the Pulse, Nigeria. Okay. The human hair wig business is a thriving market with thousands of Africans and people of African descent choosing to wear wigs for a variety of reasons. I did tell you that this is from the Pulse, Nigeria, so that's why they're specifying the word Africans. Of course, all people wear wigs, right? Many women are willing to spend a significant amount on human hair wigs. However, a major concern lies in the often exploitative sourcing of these wigs. A viral video earlier this year showed a Nigerian wig vendor cutting off a woman's hair and paying her some money so she can resell it. While this incident sparked a social media outcry, it's not the most unethically problematic way human hair is sourced. Here are unethical practices in the wig industry. Exploitation in conflict zones. Scammers take advantage of desperate women in war-torn regions, offering them peanuts to cut their hair, which is then sold at a premium to wealthy clients. Can't wait, I got me something. These women facing dire circumstances have little choice but to exchange their hair for necessities. Refinery 29 reports that hair exports are booming in countries like Myanmar, Ukraine, Venezuela, and Tunisia, which have been ravaged by conflict. Russian hair is even geotagged from within conflict zones on social media. Geotagged. Have y'all ever heard that word? Some Russian military personnel reportedly engage in the hair trade as a side hustle. Number 2, violent theft of hair. An investigative article in Refinery 29 stated that there are many women and children assaulted for their hair. Assaulted for their hair. But I can see it. I can totally see it. Think about like trafficking for body parts. They are held down as robbers violently chop off their ponytails at gunpoint or with a knife. These people resort to violence because gathering a significant quantity of high-quality hair necessitates women giving it willingly. Therefore, they attack and cut it off involuntarily. Okay, number 3, selling fake hair. Virgin hair, unprocessed and considered to be smoother, healthier, and longer lasting, is highly sought after. However, the industry resorts to deceptive practices due to high demand exceeding supply. This explains why so many of our wigs that we buy, marked human hair, are such trash. This part right here. Refinery 69 discovered through their investigations that hair companies may chemically treat lower quality hair to mimic virgin hair. Number 4, women sell their hair for pennies. Women in Asia with long hair save their hair from combing or washing, selling it to peddlers. BBC reports that it is sold for 80 pennies or $1. The hair is gathered and passed from trader to trader, eventually ending up in hair untangling workshops in Bangladesh, India, and Myanmar. The labor-intensive process takes around 80 hours to untangle 1.5 kilograms of hair. There is something inhumane when a person has to give up a part of their body to be able to afford food. And that's it, y'all. What y'all think about that crazy story?